Okay guys, so it's been about a month since I put out my video on the HoverAir Pro Max. This is an awesome little drone that will follow you around. One of the big things that I pointed out in the video before was that HoverAir is really putting a lot of time and effort into improving this after the purchase. They're not just one of those companies that basically ship something and you occasionally get an update. This thing is getting updates all the time. And as of right now, just this week, they came out with one of the best updates that I have seen from this drone yet. And this new update has something called Copilot, and it works with the beacon. This is something that I was really hoping for, but they implemented it just a little bit differently than what I expected, because whenever I saw the beacon for the first time, I saw that there were these little tiny controls on it, and I was hoping that I would be able to control the drone with it as if it was a remote. Well, you can't do that exactly, but what you can do is you can control the height and the distance that's going to follow you in specific modes. The mode that I think that this is really going to shine in is going to be the follow mode. Let's go ahead, let's head outside. I want to show you guys how this works really quickly. But before we do that, let me show you what you need to do on the menu system to be able to get this up and working. All right, pulled you in a little bit closer here, guys, so you can see. What you're going to need to do is have your drone turned on, and you're going to want to make sure that you're on the latest version. That's version 7.11.8. That's going to give you this Copilot mode. Once you've got that downloaded to your actual drone, you're then going to want to turn on your beacon, and you're going to want to actually go through the update process on the beacon. Once you've got your beacon turned on, you can simply scroll down from the top and hit update, and then you can choose to update the beacon. Now the beacon is going to need to be on version 2.3.8. That's going to be the one that's going to have the actual Copilot mode built into it. Now once you got both your drone and your beacon updated, we can go ahead and get it connected, and then I can show you what you need to turn on before this will even work. Now if you're having trouble with your beacon connecting, you're going to want to go to your drone and hold both the left and the right side of the circle button down. That will actually put this into a Bluetooth pairing mode. This light will turn blue, and then this will kind of spin right there. Then your beacon is going to actually try to connect to it. It'll take just a few seconds, and then it'll eventually connect. Okay, the beacon is connected to the drone. We can go ahead and in order to turn this on, you're going to, from the bottom down here, once you have it in, say, follow mode, which is the mode that I actually have it in, you're going to want to scroll up from the bottom, and then you should have a setting that says Copilot. You want to make sure that that is turned on. Once that's turned on, that'll activate these controls in these specific modes. All right, let's head outside and show you guys how this actually works. Okay, so now that we're outside, I've got my drone set to follow mode, and then I also have the beacon put on my handlebars right here, so I should be able to see it pretty clear. Okay, the drone's up in the air. Let's get the beacon here, and let's kind of play around with this. I'm gonna turn this camera towards the drone, and then I'm gonna show you guys the beacon screen at the same time. Hopefully this works. Okay, as we can see, the drone is right there, and then the beacon is right here. Normally you'd have to go in and change some settings to get this to move up or down, but now with the up and down buttons over here and the side to side, I can move the drone back, and then I can also bring it towards me, and then I can move it left to right. And then you can also, see if I can get this in focus here. Then you can also lower it, and you can get it to go pretty low to the ground. I mean, that's 2.5 feet off the ground. What's really impressive is how high you can get this drone to go now. It gets way, 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 way up there in comparison to what it would typically on follow mode. So this is going to give you a really nice overhead shot that you wouldn't ever see typically on this drone. This is a shot that I have been wanting to get for a really long time, where it follows you at a much higher setting. And then you can also pull it back and away from you so you can get an even cooler shot. Now, the range is limited, but look at that. That is such a good shot. Let's go ahead and let's just ride around with it and then see if we can change this on the fly. And as you can see, it is just following me. And what's nice is I can see this on the beacon. And I love how high up this shot is the entire time. Now let's go ahead and let's see if I can actually lower the drone and get a close-up shot from behind me. So let me try to do this while I'm biking to see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna try to get it closer. So you can do it while you're biking. A little bit tricky, but you can definitely do it. So you can lower this down, get it close to you. Now you're not gonna be able to obviously go super fast, but here is a question. Can you do a side follow? This is a shot right here that I'd love to be able to capture. It doesn't look like it holds it from the side, but you can do something cool like this and get a pretty decent shot of it flying around you. Now that's awesome. Well, let's try that again, but let's go the opposite direction. So now it's following me. I can hold this button down and it'll start to rotate. And if you got really creative and placed this in your hand where no one could see it, you can get some really awesome shots. That is so cool. I did not expect that to be part of the feature, being able to actually rotate the drone around me. Now let's take it up high and let's try to do that same thing, opposite direction. That is great. I love this. These are the type of shots that I would like to get, but I've never been able to get with this particular drone. So there it is right there. It's right behind me. This is definitely the mode that I'm gonna be using most of the time. Let's see if we can get this thing to come right up here by me. See how close it'll get, see if it'll run into me. Stops right there. Then you can lower it. And then if I want to get a front shot, I can just zoom this around and I can get a front shot just right up close. This is a huge upgrade to this drone. In my opinion, this is one of the biggest upgrades they've done. Between this and the cycling mode, I've got to say, HoverAir has really done a good job. So that's the brand new feature from HoverAir. This is called Copilot, and I think that this makes this drone even more desirable. If you've been on the fence about getting this, Copilot with the beacon, in my opinion, makes this drone even more worthwhile. If you guys, like I said, want to get one of these and you've been on the fence, now's the time to do it. I'll put some links down below. And yeah, I love this little drone. If you guys don't have one, go get one. All right, guys, if you like this, definitely click the subscribe button, click the like button, leave me a comment. Let me know, what do you think of Copilot and HoverAir's ability to continually update this drone? It's so wild. But as always, guys, get out there and ride your bike.